Hi, I'm Andrew Armstrong. Welcome to the back office teardown lab. I've been sent an item. I'll just zoom out a little bit. This is a blood glucose tester, and it's quite fortuitous as I actually haven't had anything for breakfast yet, so it's a nice bit of fun here. So this is the instruction manual for the actual lancing device, because you've got to get some blood out of you. But I think, well, let's see if we can figure this out as we go along. So we have a vial here of test strips, and they look like they are expired. 2014-03, code 43. So it might not like that. Control range, that's fine. We're not really going to be using this for any medical purpose, so I think we're pretty safe. Also, I think I figured out their amazing code. I think that's the 4 is the year, and 3 is the month. So that's the expiry year. So if we're going to cheat, we might put 72 if it asks for a code. So this is the device for prodding yourself, and I'm going to be a little bit ginger with this because they normally have a needle. Okay, that's a trigger for, oh, not a trigger, that's the prime it. Trigger button, you can hear that. Doesn't appear to be a needle in it. And there isn't a needle in it, so that's fine, that's good. Oops, I've broken it. Yeah, be a bit careful how you assemble that. And then we have the meter itself, still in its protective sheathings. And look, it's an HEA 230. No manual though, so we don't really know how it works. Some sort of port on the bottom, headphone port, so you can listen to your blood glucose. Probably not. Let's zoom in and have a little play with some of the rest of the kit. Nice pouch. And then these, I presume, are your piercing things. So if you've ever played with any of those blood test kits, you know, to see what blood group you are, you'll be really familiar with these. And I'll show you how they work. So if you have to use one of these, should almost be an instructional video as well as almost as a teardown one, because I don't really know what I'm going to tear down here. I don't really want to look inside that because there's not really going to be much to see, but I am kind of curious on how the strips work, so we might tear down the strip that we've played with. So really all you do, let's prime the finger puncher first. So you can see this is an eject mechanism to pop out the old ones. There's no old one in there, so we can go ahead and pop a new one in. So that's held. Seems to be fine, just looking how that fits. So you twist this little bit at the end, and you'll see a very fine prick. Very fine pricker. So you can see it, just how you compare it to the, you know, you can see it contrasting on the blue, very hard to see on the white. But yeah, that's fine. I would say it's obviously a fraction of a millimeter. We'll pop the lid back on, and basically you pull that, and you know we're not going to be able to see it, but very quick. I'm going to hold it up to the camera. Maybe I'm going to try to do it in the slow motion, and we'll see if we can capture that. 3, 2, 1. So yeah, it fires the needle out. And this is a depth gauge, but we've got no idea what depth we want to run this at because I've never used it. So I'm going to go for a 3. Not too deep, not too shallow. Actually, I'm going to go to a 4. I don't want to do it too many times, so let's make sure it counts. So we pop out the test strip. Now, before I do that, I think it might be a good idea. I did turn this on, and it did actually have a valid looking date on it. So I'm just going to check it. I'm just holding down these buttons basically. So that seems to turn it off. Hold down the left one instead. That just does a sort of a scrolly thing. Let's pop the batteries out, pop them in. What I'm thinking is we could fool this by putting a date in sort of, you know, 2013 or something. Here we go. Oh, 2012 is good too. 6, 6, 6. All the 6s, 66. Good. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 readings. I'm going to take a reading now, and then I'm going to go get a cup of tea or something and a sticky bun and compare the two. So that's a test strip. So it is basically a bit of a PCB-ish looking thing. You can see there's some pins there, and I can definitely see some tracking. So you've got a fine track that's going to one here and another fine track that's going to here. So I'm guessing it's measuring the resistance on that end, but there's probably mixed with some sort of reactive agent on there that will affect its conductivity. And I wonder how the pinouts of this machine are, because you can see that there. I don't know if they might use different test strips, might have different pinouts. So this thing might well ID itself as a glucose test strip, but we'll pull that apart once we've had a go with it. So we pop that in there. I think it's confirming the code. Yes, it was confirming the 43. Something interesting on how it's doing that. So that's it. It's just basically saying put some blood. Put some blood on there. So with our fresh, sterile needle, obviously don't share those needles. Oh, should I? Okay. 3, 2, 1. Woo! It didn't really hurt. I'm just going to see if I can coax out a drop. Come on. I need more than that. I need more than that, bad boy. Come on. Come on. I need enough to fill it. Should have put it deeper. Right, so I'm just going to touch it on the end. Let's see if it absorbs the blood. Yes. So that was it. It's the tiniest drop. Doing a little countdown. It's having a think. So we have a reading there of, I don't know what this is, 134 milligrams per DL. Deciliter? I'll figure that out. So what I'm going to do now, though, I'm just going to nip off, go get a cup of tea and a sticky bun, and we'll compare this result to the next result, and then we'll have a teardown of the used test strips and see if we can figure anything out. See you in a moment. Hi, I'm back. I haven't had my cup of tea yet, and that's because I've been scanning the internet just before I had my cup of tea. And I checked here. If you recall, I had a reading of 134 milligrams per deciliter. So a fasting blood sugar, and I don't know how long you're supposed to have fasted for, but I haven't had any food or hot, sweet drinks or anything, even water. Since I've had a bit of water since I was at the big boot camp, but for about 8 hours. And you can see a fasting range should be 70 to 99 if it's normal, and then 101 to 125 for this continuous fasting. So 70 to 99 before a meal is normal, but mine's at 134 and I haven't had anything, so that's a bit worrying. And then if after a 12-hour fast, 70 to 100 is normal, and 100 to 26 is considered a sign of pre-diabetes. So I'm not too worried about pre-diabetes. I'm kind of confident I don't, but you never know. To be fair, you never know. Because this test kit is so old, we can't really rely on the numbers. But what I thought I'll do is, as we have a few test strips left here, we actually have, it looks like, another 3. What we can do is do another test before the hot tea and sticky bun. So that's the one. That's the 134, and then we'll do one after. So I'll just pop out another test strip and turn on the machine. Hopefully my finger won't end up looking like a pin cushion. So we'll prime the unit again. It's ready to go. Choose another finger. What do they say when you go to the dentist? Short scratch, little small scratch. Yeah, that was okay. Didn't feel that one. But it barely. I'm going to have to set the depth on these a bit better. Look, there's nothing coming out. Damn it. Have to do that again. Right, let's set this to the next level up. We're going for a level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Level 5 puncturing goodness. Find a different part of the finger. Oh, okay, there we go. Bit deeper, bit more of a result there. Let's coax out a little drip, a little dribble. It's a tiny amount of blood, isn't it? You don't really need much for this. Come on then, feed it. Yes, good. So we'll have 2 pre-measurements and 2 post-measurements, so that'll be our science done. Oh, 134. So it's pretty adamant though that its measurement is correct. We'll pop that there. Perhaps we're witnessing live on YouTube, or live in this recording, my imminent demise and poor health. You can see I have got some extra bits and pieces now, and that's because I've got 90 minutes to kill before I can take another reading. So I thought we'd better science this up, because we have another 2 strips left, so we don't want to waste it really. We want to try to apply some science to this. So I'm just going to write down what we know so far. So we have the before food tests, then we have the after, and we have samples A and B, we'll have 4 strips, and we took 134 milligrams per deciliter, and we don't know what we've got afterwards yet. So I've got my meter, and the reason I've got my meter is I've just been doing a little bit of test to see if we can read this, because I think, from my understanding, there's an enzyme on here, or protein, that's electrical properties are affected by what it reads in the blood. So maybe the sugar makes it more conductive, less conductive, I don't know. So what I'm going to do, I've got 3 strips here. This is the A, this is the B, but I've done something to the B, I'll explain in a moment, and this is the C, which is an unused strip. So I'll just zoom in on those so you can see them a little bit closer. So you can see A has the blood still in there, and we have to appreciate it may well have reacted by now, and it's already deteriorating, so we'll have to read this and take it with a pinch of salt. But what I'm going to do is hold my meter on the conducting pins, and we'll read this off, and we'll read this off after 5 seconds, because that's kind of what the machine does. So 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000. Was that about 100k? Let's try that again. 1 1000, 2 1000. You see, the value's changing as it's reading it. It's actually changing. So to be honest, I'm just going to write 100k because it's a moving target here. 100 kiloohms. So perhaps just as you're reading it, something's happening in there. The electrical current going through the blood and thing might be drying it, might be causing the proteins to react. Who knows? But here's one where I've squidged out the blood. So it's a used strip, but I've squidged out the blood to try to clear this off as much as possible. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000. What was that? 0.5 megs? 1000, 2 1000, 3. Yeah, you can see it just jumps into the mega ohm range. So we'll put 0.5 mega ohms. And then we have a fresh test strip here. Let's read that one off. Nothing, nada, no conductivity at all. So your blood and protein combo is definitely causing it to conduct. So that's quite fascinating. So let's just read the top one again, the first one, and see if it's changed at all. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000. That's. Ooh, do you see that one? There's actually 136k that time. Could there be a direct correlation between the resistivity and the value? Because look, we had 134. I don't think it works like that. Second one again. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000. Yeah, it seems to be settling at the sort of 0.4 meg, so we'll leave that at 0.5. That's fine. So that's just basically gone open circuit. So do I really want to, while I'm waiting, prod my finger again and fill this back up and then read it off? Not really. I don't fancy it, but I'm going to bloody just do it. My fingers actually do hurt a little bit now. I can sort of feel that. I don't know if there's a better part to prod. So I want to save a good finger for the new strip. So I'm just gonna go round, do this one again, and we can just keep cycling them. So there's our bit of blood. I'm really not getting a decent amount though. I'm not sure how much I sort of expect at least a decent blob. Oh no, it's all for naught. It won't suck it up. There we go. It doesn't like it. It's not having it. Let's have a look inside it, shall we? I'm going to just try to cut it down the middle because I kind of think that this top plastic cover may well peel. And I'm going to take some care because I don't want to have an unintended bloodletting event, shall we say. Nope, it's definitely not going to allow us to see what's inside it. But that's okay, I shall draw it for you. I shall draw it on this scrap of paper here, like most good things are drawn, from what I can see looking through the plastic. So on the end you've got this, you've got this, and you got this. And this one goes, so that's one side of the chemical and one the other side, and I think the chemical itself is acting as a variable resistor, like that. So that's the circuit diagram for a test strip. I'll see you back here in a moment when when my time has been met for letting more blood. Okay, it's been about 90 minutes now. I'm ready to suffer a couple of small pricks again. Here's my test strips. I'm just going to take the two out now. So basically I went on the internet and actually found this meter is really expensive to get refills for in the UK, and in fact almost impossible. There are much cheaper meters and cheaper refills, so I may well be dismantling this now. Just have a quick look inside. Maybe not in this video, but maybe in the next. We'll see if we can actually fool it and just try to measure what resistivity it might be trying to pick up. So yeah, 134. Let's see. I did a bit of research on the internet in the meantime, actually, and it does look though that this is a kind of a worrying figure. The test strips though do tend to go out of spec, but who knows how they go out of spec. So I may well actually try to get properly tested now as a result of this, because I may have pre-diabetes. So that's nice to find out, isn't it? So let's zap it. I was going to zap my little finger, but it's quite calloused from typing because I sort of do programming. So I'm going to go for this one. It's like it didn't even do anything. So I'm going to go up to the next level on this. I'm really... didn't actually feel any more pain. Why is it so... Look at this finger. I'm giving it a little squeeze and then sort of blood's coming out of all sorts of places. Right. So we fed the machine now. Curious, isn't it? 1, 2, 5. Wipe that off. The smell of rusty nails. We do forget that blood's got a healthy dose of iron in it. We are basically like a machine made of metal. Right, one more crank of this bad boy on a different finger. I could take a test in a few minutes, but I'm just impatient and want to get cracking with it. I'm not sure. These machines, by the way, are plus and minus, are certified to be plus or minus 20% accurate. So that's quite a lot, though. If you imagine for a 134, you'd almost be down by the 100 figure. Right, so that's full. It's amazing how it knows right away that it's got the blood in there. 136. So it's up and down like a bride's nightie. So if you've got expired test strips, definitely don't use them, because you can see even just subsequent readings are wrong. Just looking at the back, Netherlands, blah blah blah. It doesn't actually give any indication on its accuracy here. So there you have it. I may well be doing a teardown of this in a future video, a full teardown, cracking it open. So that's a bit of a sciencey type one, and if you've ever been curious about how these things work, there you go. Let's see if we can use it. Punch some paper. The world's smallest hole punch. Yeah, you can. Not quite sure of a use. Don't even know if you can see that hole right there, but yeah, you can make tiny little laser-like holes. Please comment down below if you've got experience of blood type meters, you know, these glucose ones. They're actually also meters that measure cholesterol, iron and uric acid as well, I noticed, and they all use sort of test strips, so that's why all of these strips have different codings on them, because obviously they pick it up. Some strips actually come with a chip that goes in the device to really make sure you can't use the expired ones, so they're really adamant about that. I don't know if it's to protect their profits or if it's genuine that these proteins and enzymes on these strips actually just expire. Please click like and subscribe if you're that way inclined, and as ever, thank you for watching.